Every city has one house that no one wants to live in. In Hyderabad, there is a bungalow that looks beautiful in the daylight. But when night falls, even the wind stops blowing near it. This story is not fiction. It's based on real events that happened to a family who thought they had found their dream home. But what they found inside was something far darker. If you think ghosts are just stories, by the end of this you will think again. It was 2019. Ravi Reddy, a middle-class businessman, finally saved enough money to buy a big house for his family. The bungalow stood at the edge of Banjara Hills, old, elegant, with a wide lawn and long balcony. The seller offered it a very low price. When Ravi asked why, the man smiled nervously and said, "It's been empty for many years. People say it's haunted, but those are just old stories." Ravi laughed. He did not believe in ghosts. He thought, haunted or not, this house is perfect for my family. They moved in the next week. His wife Sneha loved the old architecture. Their kids Priya and Arav ran through the halls with excitement. Everything felt perfect until that first night. At 2:37 a.m., Sneha woke up to the sound of footsteps. Slow, heavy steps once after another. She looked at Ravi. He was asleep. Then she heard it again. Third, third, third. She got up, heart pounding, and called softly, "Ravi, wake up." The sound stopped. Silence. Ravi checked the kids. They were asleep. But when he entered Priya's room, the window was wide open. The curtains moved even though there was no wind. On the wall, written in dust, were two words, "Get out." He froze. Sneha's voice trembled behind him. Who could not pretend that? "We just cleaned this room today." There was no answer. That night they could not sleep. The next day Ravi tried to act normal. He told himself someone might have played a prank. But deep down he felt uneasy. That night he checked all doors and windows before sleeping. Still around 3 a.m. Priya screamed. When Ravi rushed to her room, she was sitting on the bed, pointing to the corner there. The man is standing there. Ravi turned on the light. No one. But Priya kept crying. He was here. He had no face. Sneha hugged her tightly, tears rolling down. From that night, every night at 3 a.m., something strange happened. Lights flickered, doors rattled, and cold wind moved through closed rooms. The family dogs refused to enter the house and barked at the empty balcony. One morning, Ravi went to the local tea shop and asked an old man nearby, "Uncle, what do you know about this bungalow?" The man looked at him with fear in his eyes. Years ago, a rich man lived there with his family. One night, his entire family died inside that house. No one knows how. After that, no one stayed there for long. They say the man's spirit still guards the house. Ravi's face went pale. When he returned home that evening, Sneha told him something even more terrifying. "Our son Arav says someone calls his name when he sleeps. And today morning I found footprints near our bed. But not ours. They were wet like someone came from outside." The hunting became stronger. Objects started moving. The piano in the hall played by itself. Mirrors showed blurry shadows behind them. One night Sneha started talking in her sleep, saying words she never knew. Ravi shook her awake, terrified. Her eyes opened suddenly, blank, emotionless. In a deep voice, not hers, she said, "You should not have come here." Ravi froze. He shouted her name again. Sneha gasped for breath and fell unconscious. The next morning she remembered nothing. That was a moment Ravi realized this was not just imagination. Something evil lived in that house. Desperate, Ravi called a local priest. The priest arrived that evening, holding holy water and scriptures. As soon as he stepped inside, the lamps flickered. The priest's face turned serious. "This place has a dark energy," he whispered. "It's not an ordinary ghost. It's trapped here." He started chanting prayers in every room. The house reacted. Windows slammed, light burst, and a cold mist filled the hall. The priest shouted, "Show yourself." And for a moment, everyone saw it, a shadow figure at the end of the hallway. Tall, head slightly tilted, moving slowly toward them. Its eyes glowed faint red. The priest continued his chants louder, throwing holy water. The shadow screamed, a sharp, painful sound that echoed through the house. Then silence. The priest stayed that night, saying the spirit was not gone yet. Around midnight, Sneha felt something cold touch her hand. When she turned, she saw the same figure again, standing near the door watching them. This time it spoke, a deep, echoing voice, "This is my house. You will leave or you will stay forever." The priest stood up and began the final ritual. The walls started shaking, pictures fell, and the air turned freezing cold, but he did not stop. After minutes of chanting, there was a blinding light, and the shadow vanished. When the morning came, the house was silent again. The air felt warm. The priest told Ravi, "The spirit is gone for now, but remember, some souls never leave completely." The Reddy family moved out a few weeks later. They could not bear to stay there any longer. The house still stands in Banjara Hills, old, quiet, with its windows always open. Locals say that at exactly 3 a.m., you can still see a shadow walking on the balcony, guarding the place it once called home. So if you ever see a beautiful old house being sold at a cheap price, ask yourself why. Because sometimes it's not just a house, it's a trap for the living. If this story gave you chills, make sure to like, subscribe and share.